What's up, Independent Man? How you doing, y'all? So, what's kind of funny, right, is that the universe gave me and Kat answer in the worst way possible. So basically, we were sitting here discussing where we should discuss the new anime movie coming out or the new live action series. And as it turns out, um, there's gonna be kind of Looney Tunes type thing where it's an anime live action. And I can tell Kat has a lot of doubts on this. So yeah, man, let's just get into this. Let's get into this sludge. Let's get into this smile trash fruit because we already know the smiles are all the garbage. So yeah, Kat, I can tell you have a lot of doubts on this, man. Let's talk about it.
Like of all the franchises to give the Time and Jerry live action blend slash Space Jam treatment, they decided to do One Piece. Really? Like, I mean, if this was revealed to be a collaboration between Oda and Disney, and it was going to be, One Piece characters in the Pirates of the Caribbean universe, but as their animated selves, okay, that would be pretty cool. That is something I would be all for. But I don't know, man. Like,
It's it's it's
I
kind
mean,
of what's gonna happen? You know what's probably gonna be something stupid. It's gonna be marketed to kids because One Piece does look very kiddie off of the like just from first appearance, right? Like it looks kiddie.
mhm.
And that's where a lot of people kind of don't get into One Piece because they think it's like very kiddie compared to like Naruto and stuff. But they think it's like a lot more action like, and it's also because the goofy designs and things like that. But basically, what I see happening is gonna be something where it's like a kid wants to be a pirate, and then we're gonna like switch back and forth between that kid and like the freaking One Piece world or something like that.
Yeah, honestly, you're probably right. Um, I didn't even think about that possibility, but yeah, that probably is what's going to happen. Oh man, I like the fact that they found it necessary to advertise this as a new One Piece movie, only for it to be quote unquote a short One Piece movie that's also a blend between live action and animated. Do they really expect the fan base to come towards this with open arms? To be excited for this? Because this just seems like uh, they're doing this just so that they can create a lot of controversy. And that doesn't always bode well. Like I don't know. I mean, unless Oda does something as crazy as creates a devil fruit that actually makes the One Piece world become the real world.
Oh dang! Oops, I'm actually showing our group chat. Anyways, yeah, continue.
Because if Oda did that, if Oda said, "Oh, the reason why it's going to be a blend is because there's this new overpowered devil fruit that allows you to blend um, dimensions, and for the purposes of that, it's going to have a real world and anime visual that's 50-50." Now that would be pretty cool. Imagine if that was the case, where whoever the villain is use this devil fruit power and say turn some of the straw hats into real people, and you have Luffy and others still animated. Imagine how wacky that could, because that could actually work really well.
I mean, it could. Anything could work really well if you do it right.
And you could call it One Piece the Real.
One Piece the real.
Or One Piece, well, you probably wouldn't call it Real World. You might call it, I don't know, something that has to do with,
One Piece.
um,
One Piece of reality. No. Uh,
honestly, I love the, I would love it if that was a title for a One Piece movie. That would be great. One Piece of reality. That would be great. But
but then it's just somebody with like a reality no me.
yeah, and you could have the One Piece characters freaking out when they see like an actual live action actor in place of one of the One Piece characters, like when they get hit with that power, and they're all freaking out, and the live action actor is like screaming his head off, saying "Whoa!"
Imagine Zoro gets lost and he ends up in the real world.
Yeah, that'd be
That's
great.
like, he gets so lost he ends up in the real world.
Now, what would be really crazy would be okay. So if that was the case,
Yeah,
how
yeah.
would that benefit the Devil Fruit user?
And that's like a
Putting
it's like a whole Zoro rescue arc.
yeah, and maybe because he's in the real world, he's having to interact with like cars and modern technology.
You see, like oh no, imagine Zoro trying to drive.
I was thinking a car is driving towards him and he cuts it in half, and it doesn't hurt the two drivers. It just splits the car in half, and the driver and the passenger are just looking at each other as they're getting further and further apart.
Like Zoro's just driving on the wrong side of the lane. Jesus, do not put Zoro driver's seat. But
It's like that scene from. I know this is off topic, but I'm just trying to give you the a picture of what I'm talking about. It's like that scene of Black Panther where the car splits in two,
right.
or the top half of the car comes off and it's still rolling on the ground. Imagine that, but it's Zorro, and instead of the top coming off, the car is split in half.
Yeah.
Oh man.
What kind of vehicle would Zoro use?
Hmm.
I mean, he can't.
Well,
I mean, he wouldn't be able to really. Well, it depends. Like, if his gag is on, he's not gonna get to point A to point B. But if he's his normal self, he'll be able to get there. But anyway, just what?
they they'd probably give him a GPS,
Yeah.
which he would still get lost. With he would which even with a GPS, he'd still get lost. Yeah, what kind of car would fit
It don't even have to be a
Zorro?
car, just a vehicle. Just
I'm thinking motorcycle.
I knew he was gonna say it, but it's like I didn't want to say motorcycle because it just seems like, well, of course motorcycle because he's the the tough guy or whatever. I didn't want to say motorcycle, but I mean, yeah.
Okay, if it's not a motorcycle, then
I was thinking like one of them trucks that have like big wheels or something.
a monster truck.
Zoro in a monster truck. No, that's the Chomper. Like a
Yeah,
Chomper gets a monster truck, just like some type of truck. Zoro will drive a truck.
yeah. This is. I mean, man.
I mean,
so
hey man. I
so
mean, we're not going off topic because we don't know. Like they could straight up be driving freaking cars and stuff in this new movie. Like it can go left field. You say, oh, that'll make sense. But hey, I mean, Dragon Ball Evolution made absolutely no sense either. So
Yeah, it's just how ironic that I was saying let's talk about the new One Piece movie because it's probably going to be a casual conversation, only to find out that it's going to be a blend between live action and animation. Well, like the only way I can see it really working is if, like I said, there's a reality fruit, and for its effect,
I mean, to be
it
honest,
can
bro,
actually.
it doesn't need to be explanation for it. They can just do it just because they want to do a different type of style.
True, yeah, and they could just make that the gimmick. It would be great for comedy if for comedy as well because like if the straw hats are aware that whoever's affected by the fruit looks different, you could have them look shocked and possibly even scream a little bit. You know how when they get shocked sometimes they'll scream, not like they're scared or anything, but like you know what I'm talking about, where in anime you'll see characters kind of like
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
you could have that be the case, and then maybe Robin has another like weird look on her face because she sees that Frankie is now a realistic human being walking around in a speedo.
Frankie just a meathead or something.
Yeah, right. Um,
Frankie would just be like a jack. Like if he had a realistic body, he would just be one of them jack steroid bodybuilders.
who?
Frankie.
Oh, for some reason I thought you said Sanji. I'm like, what?
No,
Yeah, definitely
Sanji
Frankie.
is very lean.
I can see Frankie kind of looking like Arnold, but
Oh
with metal
shoot!
arms.
Imagine they get Arnold to the live action animated. That's
Oh
such a weird
God!
mouthful. I mean, he's so old now too. He's still muscular, like for real.
They'd probably use him. Some people have photoshopped or did something to a picture of Arnold to make him look like Garp. But
Really?
I don't think it would be Garp.
Why
Um,
Garp? You hear me?
yep.
I said why Garp?
I was just joking. I wasn't being serious.
Oh, I thought literally people have like added him to look like Garp. I'm like, why Garp? Why Garp of all people? Like,
I'm not sure. I guess because Arnold used to be a bodybuilder, and I mean, I don't really see a correlation between the two, but
okay, so I'm finna read off some information from this article. I'm finna send the article like if you want to check it sometime or something. I'm putting in the
mhm.
the VC talk, the One Piece VC talk. Um, okay, so got need the losses know me. Okay, new One Piece movie announced with a blend of animation and live action. A new One Piece short film has been announced that will feature a blend of live action and anime sequences from many different directors. Oh no, that sounds bad already. Many different directors on one project, like it could be everywhere. Um, popular pirate adventure anime One Piece has put out 20 seasons and numerous films over the past 20 years. Even with so much release under the franchise, the series has remained a fan favorite over the years with consistent viewership, and it appears those viewers have a new short film to look forward to. A Japanese press release recently announced the One Piece series will begin something a little different. A new short movie, but with a blend of animation and live action. Not a lot of detail was released about the movie. However, it was announced that a famous director will be overseeing the live action sequences, while multiple anime directors from the show will be working on the anime parts. It was also teased that the short film may release directly to YouTube instead of airing on television, meaning that fans from all over the world should be able to experience it upon its release. No release date or names of the cast and crew will officially announced yet, but more information should be coming around early September. Even though the One Piece film is being referred to as short, the film is undetermined. Watch it be 3 hours. So we're gonna have a short film, guys. Um, long. Dang, that was very quenching. That drink you had, huh? uh,
No, that was a sigh of disappointment.
I know, I know. With all the information given, it stands to reason that the film may be slightly longer than the average short, spanning from 3 to 20 minutes while still. Okay, that's not that bad. Not that bad. This sounds like a. This isn't that bad because it's gonna be a short film. It's not like a whole length film. It's not like they're making a whole series. It's just gonna. It's just like I said. I don't think it's gonna be a reality no me type of guy or something. It's just literally just like a passion project. It's literally like they're putting basically different ideas out there. They're who added me in BDA? These motherfuckers. They're just doing something creative. You know what I'm saying? That's the way I see it.
Yeah. Mm. But if that's the case, then and it's most likely going to be on YouTube, it might just serve as some kind of advertisement for the Netflix series. It might just be a glorified for that, or like a way to kind of show people
It's the way to like
that,
branch into it. That's what he's saying.
yeah, um, I mean, I'm sure it'll be interesting to see, but I don't know. I just like if it was this alongside of a full length anime movie, I'd be like, all right, that's awesome. But I don't know, man. I'm kind of scratching my head here and thinking to myself, why? Like,
Then you
you
say it's
know,
also gonna be an animated movie.
no, no, no. If there was going to be an animated movie released as well as this, then I wouldn't be so bummed. But like,
I'm asking because of the fact that you said you want to talk about the animated movie earlier.
because that's what I thought this was going to be until I just found out, like you did, that it's going to be something short and it's going to be a blend between live action and
Honestly, this just sounds like one of them things that you shouldn't take too seriously, and I mean that in the sense of um
it makes me worried that this means there's never going to be another animated movie like Stampede or Film Gold or Film Z.
well, obviously it's gonna be probably another one because this One Piece is a big franchise. Like, just think of how many DBZ games they still have come out, even though DBZ's been over for years.
True. And One Piece is actually more popular worldwide than Dragon Ball Z is.
Right. I'm sorry. I'm sorry that I'm not talking. I'm like texting somebody. Um.
Not a problem. Um,
Yeah, man. It's not really much else to say on this.
yeah, because originally when I assumed just
It,
another anime movie, I was like, interesting things to talk about here. Nope.
but what would you expect from just an animated movie, though?
From just an animated movie.
Yeah.
Um, well, I wasn't expecting anything necessarily because I didn't know any details about what I thought it would be, but I thought maybe it would have been cool if we had a different kind of antagonist,
Hmm.
like maybe a bounty hunter, but a really, really strong bounty hunter that could take on some of the world's strongest pirates, and wouldn't have a devil fruit, but just use a series of weapons and traps. Kind of be like he'd be an expert marksman. He'd have great observation hockey. He'd have all that, but then he could also use traps and gadgets and be um, kind of like a mixture between like a like a marksman. I guess it's gonna sound like a weird kind of well, not maybe not comparison, but a weird kind of um, yeah. I'll say that a weird kind of comparison, but think something along the lines of you know mixing James Bond with like a One Piece assassin or something, And I'm using James Bond because he always uses these gadgets every so often. Maybe I shouldn't say oh, but he has used gadgets in the past to assist him in his missions. Um, and that was just an idea that came to me randomly. Imagine if we didn't have a antagonist that used a devil fruit like with Z, but this time we maybe had like a guy who's a jack of all trades. He can use a sword, he can use a gun, but he's also highly intelligent. He's not just armament, hockey, observation, and what else, but he's also somewhat of like an engineer. He can build his own weapons. So kind of like what some people, because I'm sure you've heard about this. There are a group of fans out there. I don't know are that feel this way, who have this belief that Ben Beckman is going to end up being some kind of inventor, maybe based on the fact that there's this. I don't think O stated this, but a lot of people seem to believe that Ben Beckman the most intelligent man in the world or something.
That's because it's
And if
like
that
from a
was
SBS. I think it said he was like the third most intelligent, or
okay,
I think Nami is top three. Let me see.
so if that's the case, then that would mean that Ben Beckman is probably similar to Frankie in that he can probably build things, can probably invent things.
Okay, so
Um,
okay, so oh no, this ain't it. This is the okay, I think I found it. Um no, this ain't it. What's that SBS? Okay, just keep talking though. If you have anything else to say. Trying to find the
yeah, that
SBS.
was that's something that I would have. I mean, of course, I'm not Oda, so that's something I would have done if I was Oda, because and I'll never be him. But you know,
I mean, Oda stated that Brook was faster than Sanji.
with or without the raid suit.
I think it was without.
And does he mean just running speed or combat speed? Because there can be a difference.
I mean, this is why you gotta look at the SBSs, man. That be coming out. 'Cause I
Yeah,
don't remember.
because Brook being faster than Sanji running speed. Because I mean, we know that Brook can. Um, and that might be what the SBS is referring to.
somebody somebody asked in the SBS, does Sanji's son like to say shit? He said he loves to say shit. Huh?
I'm not kind of confused about that.
It says does Sanji says somebody asked does Sanji's son like to say shit, and then Otis said he loves to say shit.
Okay, that was an SBS question. I got you. Um,
I'm lucky Luffy, what's the D mean? Yeah, yeah. I'm not gonna go too deeply into that.
are these comments?
I'm reading SBS.
Oh, okay. I wasn't sure if these were comments from subscribers or viewers.
Dude, you be so confused. I know. You know it's that.
I mean, yeah.
Is Luffy made of natural rubber or artificial rubber? He's naturally stupid rubber. What?
I don't know.
I'm saying the question. I'm saying why Oda is responding to it.
People ask the strangest questions sometimes.
Oh yeah, this is. I mean, obviously this is obvious right here. Since Luffy is a gum human, does that mean his penis can stretch too? And Oda said his penis can stretch too.
See these the people that ask those questions, they have to be trolling.
No, I mean that's. I mean, obviously we know his penis can stretch too.
Yeah, because I don't remember her name, but that one Amazonian from Amazon Lily was literally yanking on it. So
Yeah, yeah. While he was asleep.
and then she said something like we're going to when he called it the family jewels, they thought that they were actual jewels and they talked about cutting it off.
Yeah, that was freaking wild. That was somebody's fantasy. Speaking of cock and ball torture, um, spoilers for the latest One Piece episode, but apparently Sanji might be interested in cock and ball torture.
I mean, if you're talking about kicking somebody in the balls,
His ball
I
crushing,
mean,
his crushing by hand.
I wouldn't be I wouldn't be surprised because let's not forget
Like,
he's been known to fight dirty. Sanji has no qualms against fighting dirty. If I'm not mistaken, I think he actually has an attack post where he kicks the enemy in the ass.
you want me to describe what how the scene would happen?
Sure, go ahead.
Okay, so basically, it's like a random filler scene, kind of, where some father kind of try to stop them in the way, and in the outfits that Kinemon made for them, they're like the Beast Pirates, Carrot, and yeah, apparently these guys are furries. Carrot and Nami basically pretty much subdue the guys, like they start shaking their bodies everywhere and stuff, and then Shinobu tries to do the same, and she's like, "I'm a mature woman." Okay, so basically, you know how everybody in One Piece is like a simp, right? Like if there's an attractive woman, they'll do anything for them. Like they're like Nami and Kara basically like let us pass, and then basically they let them pass, and then Shinobu was trying to do the same, and then they was like no, hell no, and then Shinobu got upset that they didn't found her attractive, and then she like crushed their balls. Actually, I think that might have been in the manga too, where she used a ball crush technique. So she like crushed their balls, and then Sanji was like, "That technique was terrifying, but I might be ready to explore new possibilities." And he was like, "No, no, no, I'm not ready for that yet." So yeah,
Yeah, I forget the name of. I think his name was Jirobu or Jirobi, the member of Arlong's crew that was a Fishman karate practitioner. The one that Sanji, kicks through a building, kicks through the building and all that stuff. And at one point, he actually like stomps on his neck or something, or he kicks. But I'm pretty sure I recall him kicking him in the rear end, like kicking him in the ass. Um, I could be mistaken, but I think he has an attack called Rump Roast.
yeah, I'm pretty sure Sanji wasn't talking about attack. I'm pretty sure he was talking about he wants his balls to be crushed.
Let's see.
Let's see what.
Uh oh, he has a move called Rump Roast Wrecker. All right, let's see. Um, come on. Um, let's see.
Oh shoot, I was wondering how you take that off. So yeah, what would you want from this little short film? Like, do you think it should be like more of like a adventurous experience? Whereas since they're gonna have this different type of animation style, these different directors, I think it'd be better to have more animation type experience, like more type of a adventurous type thing where it's just like you're just exploring lands and stuff instead of like trying to have like a story or something, to be honest.
Mm,
Cause you never seen Fantasia, right?
I don't think I've seen the. I don't think I've seen all of it, but I've seen parts of it.
Okay, so it should be something. Do you think it should be something like Fantasia?
You mean as in being a musical?
No, just like it's just there. Look, it's just like it's just a wonderful experience for the eyes.
Because I mean, if it was no sound but just music, that might be kind of interesting.
Like it's just like Fantasia just takes you on an adventure, and it's just this amazing animation with. And I'm saying this because, like I said in the article when I read it earlier, they have many different directors, right? So instead of trying to create a story in a short amount of time with these many different directors that would mess up a story because it's just too much, it's just too many people with different that would have different ideas in one place. They should just try to combine their styles and just create this just nice little film like Fantasia, where it's just like this beautiful animated experience.
Okay, I see what you mean. Yeah, honestly, that is this being.
But what you say you had cut out?
I said that is something that I could see this being.
Then wouldn't that be something you like too?
I mean,
I like
It
that stuff.
depends.
To me, that stuff is cool. Like,
It depends. Would I never watch it? I mean, I'd probably give it a look at some point. Way. Um.
you trying to think? Yo, cat, you there, man?
Yeah, I'm here. I'm just because I'm drawing a blank. I, I mean, it's such an uncharted territory, really. I mean, yeah, movies that blend animation with live action, like how we have Space Jam and then a new Space Jam, and how we have the Tom and Jerry movie with Moretz in it, and then of course, if you want to consider the new Sonic the Hedgehog movie to be that way, which that's kind of similar, but for an anime, like a Japanese anime style movie that has um, scenes or something that are shot in live action and the rest is animated. I don't know. I mean, unless it's something where Luffy befriends like a kid and he kind of helps him. He kind of helps him out on some sort of small task or journey. Um, like imagine this is something. Okay, imagine this. Imagine if it's this kid in the
You
real world goes to sleep and dreams that he's meeting.
meeting Luffy?
Imagine if that was the movie where it's about a kid like who's a fan of One Piece, and he goes to sleep, and the entire movie is him in his dreams, still being a real person, and the Straw Hat.
Yeah, I think. Yeah, cause you gotta remember. You're right. Cause you gotta remember what short films are. They're
Yeah,
like mini little stories. Um,
it's only going to be if it's really going to be 30 minutes. That's approximately the length of a single episode.
hmm. It's gonna be some characters that just not gonna get focused. Really. The Straw Hats. I feel like all the Straw Hats are gonna be seen. Um,
Yeah,
and they'll probably get at least like one line. But the ones who are probably getting the most focus is Luffy and maybe even Luffy for the most part getting the most focus. Um,
probably
everyone else,
Luffy's Zoro, and I mean honestly, that could be the one. They could be the ones that.
I don't know. For some reason, I just don't feel like Zoro's gonna get a lot of focus in it. I feel like none of the stars are gonna get a lot of focus in it. I feel like it's just gonna be kind of like, for the most part, it's gonna be Luffy and some other type of kid character or something.
Yeah,
Unless
that's
it's
why I said
unless
imagine.
unless it is all the Straw Hats and they're just going through like this little adventure, and it's just like we just see these different types of lands they go to, and like these different types of animation styles or something.
Part of me really wishes this could be like Who Framed Roger Rabbit, where because imagine Who Framed.
imagine that with shonen. Just like a bunch of shonens.
Yeah, yeah. Imagine. Oh my God, could you imagine how awesome that? I mean, so instead of Toon World, it's like Anime World, and it's still a cartoon world of sorts, but it's a lot more serious because it's got all shonen in it. It's well, not all shonen, but it's got a lot of shonen. Like Goku would show up, Luffy would show up, Naruto would show up, Ichigo would probably show up.
Imagine Sanji and Toriko.
Yeah, and imagine like some of the cast members for the real world end up being. I'm just imagining a scene where Gordon Ramsay meets both Sanji and Toriko.
That's crazy, bro. Like it's just a cook off. Like,
And Gordon Ramsay has to. Sanji ends up.
dude, you cutting off bad, bro.
I can't do anything about that. Sorry.
Just leave and come back.
All right.
Super bad. Like I know you can't do anything, but I literally could not talk to you really. Like if you stay like that. Um, he was he was all right at first, guys, but that last couple 2 minutes, I don't know what happened. Um, but
I wish I knew how
make
I could
sure.
fix that permanently.
Yeah, I mean you sound better now, so let's just.
I don't know if it's because I'm using a phone. I don't know if having a laptop would make it any better. Um, who knows, really? I
But
mean,
you clear at the moment, so just continue what you were saying.
what was I
You were
saying?
saying Gordon Ramsay, something about Sanji.
Yeah, imagine Gordon Ramsay gets casted in it, and he shows up and sees Sanji and Toriko. He cooks food for Sanji, and Sanji says, "That's not bad, but I can do better than that." And then Gordon Ramsay just like throws his head down in shame.
It's just like Gordon Ramsay's just like teach me sensei. I mean,
um,
Toriko would dust them because they literally have like magic powers that have to do with cooking.
yeah.
But
Well, well,
imagine Gordon
no.
Ramsay just learns all the freaking. I was thinking less of like people like. I mean, they probably could have somebody like Gordon Ramsay. They probably could bring in like a celebrity or something because they have like a celebrity guest star or something. But
Yeah,
I was thinking more of like some voice actors or something, in the
yeah.
characters.
Like, could you imagine? Um, so you mean like the One Piece characters hanging out with their voice actors?
Yes. But for the shonen for the shonen world, that's kind of like Roger Rabbit. I could see it to where it'd be like kind of interesting if it was like some of the characters are anime characters and then some of the characters are like their voice actors.
Yeah, I can see that.
Like instead of Ichigo, it's like I think his name is Jonin Young Botch, I believe. Johnny
Well, yeah.
Young
Well, that
Botch,
would
yeah.
be. Well, you just gave me an interesting
And you know what
idea.
too? What if they had the voice actors in cosplay?
I mean, that would be. I mean, that would be pretty hysterical to see. But imagine if for the dubbed version you've got the English cast, with the characters that they voice, but in the Japanese original version, it's the Japanese cast.
Oh yeah. Wait, what? Wait, okay. I mean, yeah, I feel like that would be an amazing dream project, dream idea, but they're definitely not gonna have a. Well, who knows? Are they that dedicated to it to where they would recast the movie, like redo the movie with the English cast? You know what, too though? Okay, you can still hear me?
Mm-hmm.
What would be kind of crazy if they had both the English cast and the Japanese cast?
Mm-hmm.
That would never happen though, but that would be crazy.
And just imagining Johnny Young Bosch and Ichigo both fighting each other, and they're just having like a sword fight with each other.
Yeah, and it's just like, which is the real one, or something like I don't know, freaking I don't know, but that just yeah, that I think we just gave them some amazing ideas. I hope they see this one day and be like, Like if the short film ends up being garbage, they're just like, huh, we should listen to them guys. We should hire them.
That would be the dream, wouldn't it?
Right.
I mean, if that ever happened, I'd probably just pass out due to the level of you know, like something that crazy happening would just cause me to pass out. I'd be like,
Yeah.
ugh.
Right.
Like I can't believe, you know, such an opportunity actually was presented to me.
Yeah, Mr. Krabs. Money, 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 money. It's not about the money, but yeah, it's just
No,
amazing
honestly, no, it
experience.
wouldn't be about the money. For me, it would just be a chance to possibly meet with Oda himself. You know,
Yeah, and then
like
we jack him up and we be like, ah, why did you do this? Do this and that. But nah.
no, honestly, I'd probably say like I would tell him that there are things in One Piece I'm not the biggest fan of, but I would also thank him for creating it in the first place
I know. I was
and
I was kidding. I
sticking,
was kidding. We're not gonna
you know,
be criminals.
because you know while there are things that everybody might not care about regarding it, you know, overall there's still plenty of things that we do get out of it. You know, even in our least favorite parts of it, there's still things that you know we cling to.
Very true, man.
Um, and I wouldn't even say that it's I wouldn't say it's even remotely close to being a bad series. It's just got some weaker, you know, points here and there.
Right. I feel you, man.
Um,
Like that just. I just think though, in general though, like that's the best way to do it. If they're gonna have it switch between animated and real life, instead of having it really weird to where it's like Luffy goes from animated to real life, you have it be him animated and also his voice actor. I think that just would be an awesome idea. I'm not sure if anyone's ever really done that before.
Man, that would be pretty crazy. Like,
Right.
imagine this would never happen, but imagine if the movie ends up being like a buddy cop movie, and I don't mean buddy cop literally. I mean like buddy cop in the sense that you've got two main characters and they're on some kind of journey or they're on some kind of mission and they're the only ones that can stop this bad guy and there's a lot of like hijinks that ensue. So imagine if Luffy was ended up being forced to partner up with somebody in the real world and it was up to him and that guy to take down the bad guys.
Yeah, that'd be dope. I can't imagine Luffy being a cop though, but
Not a cop. He would just be partnered up with somebody. Like maybe I don't know.
wait, someone from his own series? What about Panda Man?
Okay, this would sound kind of crazy.
What about Panda Man?
For what?
Partner up with Luffy, Panda Man.
I mean, Panda Man would have to be really fleshed out because, as far as I know, he's really just a background character.
I mean, that would be the. I mean, you're right, but I
But
could just easily imagine that.
if Oda was to come out and actually say, "Oh, by the way, I've got a new movie in development. Panda Man's going to be one of the main characters, and he's not going to be a background character. He's actually going to be on the forefront." All of us would lose our minds.
That'd be like that would actually be crazy. Or like it could be I don't know, like it could be something going on with Chopper and Panda Man. Like that's just extra merchandise, but
It's like it's like plot twist. Panda Man. The reason why Panda Man's always around is His biggest fan, even bigger than Bartol. Oh my God! Could you imagine? Panda Man is just Bartolomeo in disguise as Panda Man.
Bro, that'd be ridiculous. I
He's
love
just
it though.
sitting there. He's just like squeeing internally because he can't be loud about it.
That's hilarious.
Really is.
Imagine a live action movie Panda Man's M Summer. Like,
Oh God! I've actually heard somebody say that, which I don't think is going to be the case, but who knows? Honestly, I mean,
but yeah. I mean, anybody's better than whatever that freaking what is it? A panda bear on polar bear on Beppo. Any animal's better than Beppo. Garbage.
yeah, I guess I can see what you mean.
You finna defend Beppo?
So Beppo was a character I was very interested in learning more about and seeing.
Oh yeah, never mind, never mind. Let's
Um,
not. No offense, but I just remember we've been to this before. This whole Beppo discussion.
no, and I'm not going to go any further than that. All I was going to say was, originally I was very interested in learning more about him,
Same.
but since he pretty much hasn't done anything, yeah, he's been a huge disappointment.
Yeah, I mean in the anime he like fought a couple fodder, which is still more than what he did in the manga. Like the crew
And I
actually fought, like fight. They actually fight. They actually have fought, but it's just like fodder. But still,
I could swear there were people who were matching him up with Sanji, Beppo and
I
Sanji.
remember that. I remember that. There was like
Because I
Beppo
mean,
gonna
it
be
would have.
like Beppo gonna be stronger than Chopper. He gonna fight Sanji.
Because I mean, you could definitely see where those people were coming from.
He
Because
uses
there were people
kicks.
saying, "Oh, Zoro's going to fight Law at some point, and then that means that Beppo is going to have to take on Sanji and something else." Which, I mean, at this point, it's definitely not going to happen. But
What's funny is that what is funny about that is that I think I remember in the anime Beppo does use kicks.
yeah, his fighting style is based off of Bruce Lee.
So I can see they come from the Beppo versus Sanji.
He probably uses the same fighting style that Bruce Lee used.
like freaking like the Straw Hats are all like fighting Kaido, and then it's like, and then like Zoro's like, he tries to kill Kaido, and then his sword breaks, and like, no, I'm supposed to be the one who kills Kaido. And Beppo comes out of nowhere, and he's like, I got this. It's BKK season. Like Beppo comes in,
Beppo comes in to use his Fist of the North Star.
bruh. It's just we're making jokes because it actually is pretty sad that he's a disappointment.
Yeah, it really is.
Law's crew is just a disappointment. That's probably the only downfall of Law's character. And
I,
it's not even him. It's just his crew.
I'd even go so far as to say that Law has become a bit of a disappointment because,
Oof, that's a hot take.
I mean, he's still cool. I still think he's interesting, but
To be honest, Law has
he's
nothing to do right now, but he doesn't need to any either though. He doesn't need to have
I,
anything to do right now, really.
I don't know. I won't go too further than that. I mean, that's completely off topic, and we'd be here all night if I went into that. So
Right, I feel you.
we can always if you want to, we can always save that for another time.
We could, or just like after the stream is over, get into that if we're still up for it or something or whatever. Whatever, it don't matter. We'll eventually get into that anyways because that just
Yeah,
sounds like something that will loop back.
yeah. I would really like to have a conversation on the supernovas as a whole, and include that in it because
You
obviously
sure we never
Law is
had
one of
one?
them.
You sure we never had one?
We might have, but I don't think we ever had the one I was thinking of, which is
Yeah, it's probably one of them things
Um,
where we just randomly had it come up in the stream, but we never really had like a
Discussion.
yeah, Pacific stream topic for it. Which a
Because
Pacific stream topic for something kind of puts something in a much more, I don't know, would you say refined type of form where you could really get all the dots of it out there because it's like you're kind of trying to think of this one type of thing. I feel like.
right, oh man, sorry, I didn't mean to yawn. I guess.
Oh man, if you tired, we finna. I mean, we was finna end this soon, anyways. Um,
Yeah, I figured as much.
but yeah, I
Um,
kind of want to think of like, did you think it was gonna be any other? Do you think it's gonna be any cast members besides the Straw Hats that would be in this short film?
um, I don't. I mean, I don't actually know the Japanese voice cast by name or really even the English voice actors. I mean,
I'm just talking about the characters, just general, because that's just an idea that we have in our heads that they might have to voice act. I highly doubt they will, but that was just kind of something you
yeah,
just saying
probably
be
not.
cool. I was saying more like the cast, as in the One Piece cast. Like, do you think there'd be any other characters who would be possibly in this? Because I think it's definitely gonna be Straw Hats in this, obviously. But do you think it's gonna be
Yeah.
any other characters besides the Straw Hats that would be in this short film?
Well, hmm.
They might just put Law up in there just because of popularity.
Yeah, Law is definitely he's at least top five as far as popularity goes.
Yeah, he's
He
very
might even
popular.
be number. He might even be like I don't want to say I don't want to give an actual number because I'm probably completely wrong. I don't actually pay attention to the popularity polls, but Law is at least top 10 as far as popularity goes.
Yeah, I mean the timeline could obviously be all over the place. Like we got Arlong in here with Law up in here. Like, you know, it could really it could really be all over the place. As in
Ew,
that it would
ooh.
like it definitely won't have structure. I feel like with in terms of that. But you know what? Shanks is gonna be up here. I'm calling it Shanks.
What in the live action?
Yeah.
Huh. I guess that's possible.
Cause Shanks is there from the beginning. He gives Luffy his hat. I can see like a short little sequence of that or something. Shanks and Roderick probably gonna be the only other character side Straw has in this movie.
Dude, imagine if imagine if the movie is Law meeting not Law. Imagine if the movie is Luffy meeting Roger and
Then
they
then he wakes up.
they meet up with some live action. They meet up with some real person, like maybe it's a kid, and he's just chilling with Roger and Luffy.
Yeah. Yeah,
And then
that
the movie ends where Luffy challenges Roger to a fight, and the dream ends with the conclusion of their confrontation.
yeah, that'd be
You
crazy.
know,
That would be crazy.
just basically like eye candy. Like here's something all the fans have probably wanted to see. So I'll just give you like maybe a few minutes of Luffy versus Roger, and then I'll end it off there,
Yeah, I can easily
and
see
have
that. Like,
this kid who's a One Piece fan, just viewing all of this, as though it's really happening.
right. And he's just playing with toys or something.
Honestly, yeah, that could be the case. He's daydreaming and he's just picturing it as though it's actually happening.
Yeah, I see something like that. This is really.
Which,
Oh, what you gonna say?
yeah, no. You go ahead.
Oh, I was just gonna say, this is really jumping the shark. But imagine like like a villain, and it's like this is not gonna happen. This is really just jumping the shark. This just really just putting like a crazy idea out there. I don't think it's gonna happen,
Yeah.
or even probably even want to happen because it's probably not. It's probably only sounds kind of cool on paper, but not in form. Imagine like the villain is like a kid or something, and then like they have like and then because they have the reality fruit, they like transform like they have themselves. Jesus Christ, what is that?
What do you mean? Who is that?
Okay, stop. They have like transport themselves from like the real world to like the One Piece world, and they go back and forth or something. But anyways, that's stupid. Um, yeah. So yeah, man, we finna end this off. This film, not something I feel like we're both particularly excited about, but I do think it could be interesting. They go the Fantasia route. They go Cat's route where there's it's gonna be a kid and something. I mean a kid and it's kinda like a sequence where he's like imagining stuff. That can be interesting as well. To kind of branch and then Cat kind of brings up a good idea to where this should branch out to like more bigger films and things of that nature. And um yeah, man, that's pretty much it. So yeah, stay tuned for the next one. We'll probably get into some supernova discussions. Um, Subscribe to my account Fresh 2000, and the reason why I tell you that is because over there, me and Kat or whoever are planning to have a stream that discusses about Walt and Jesse. I won't tell you the specific topic, but it's gonna be involving Walt and Jesse. So yeah, peace, like a stripe. Allah, stay tuned for the next one.